And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Today on a magical Friday morning. It's morning back home, but here it is midday, beautiful Windsor, England. It's the eve of the royal wedding. We have a castle, we have blue skies, and I mean, I smell love in the air. Do you?
I definitely smell love in the air. And can you believe our vantage point? When I first came here, I turned around and I go like, are you kidding me? But it is sitting right there, Windsor Castle. It's a beautiful setting for tomorrow's big festivities.
We have so much excitement. Yeah. Can you imagine how Harry and Meghan feel at this moment? It is crunch time for them. And we now have an answer to one of the biggest mysteries of this wedding. Just this morning, the palace revealed it will be the father of the groom, Prince Charles, who will walk the bride down the aisle.
Yep, they also made it official, announcing Harry's grandfather, Prince Philip, will in fact be at the ceremony. The 96-year-old had hip surgery recently, and until now, it wasn't really clear if he'd be feeling well enough to attend, but he will be there.
He'll be there. Harry and Meghan actually head back here to Windsor later today after a brief visit here for Thursday's rehearsals. Now, we do know they're going to be staying in separate hotels tonight.
I wonder if they're in ours. Maybe one of them's in ours.
Could you imagine?
We are right in the right spot. And from our spot up here, you guys, we can see that a very important guest has, in fact, arrived. We have learned that the Queen is right across the street in residence.
We can see this because we have such a good vantage point. Take a look. The Royal Standard is flying over Windsor Castle this morning. That's the flag that flies if the Queen is there. If the Queen were not home, we would see the traditional Union Jack.
And speaking of the Queen, she's meeting Meghan's mom, Doria, for the first time today. Can you imagine what Doria's feeling, too? Introductions to other members of the royal family took place earlier in the week.
Well, we are fired up for this, and we have fanned out across Windsor, up and down the procession route, from the castle gates to High Street to the long walk, and we've got it all covered. So let's start just below us. NBC's Keir Simmons ready to go. Keir, good morning.
Hey Savannah, hey Hoda, good morning to you. Great to have you here, both in Windsor with us. And finally we know Prince Charles will walk Meghan Markle down the aisle. We can call that, I think, a conventional choice in an unconventional situation. Meanwhile, how must Meghan's mom be feeling as inside the walls of Windsor Castle there, she gets ready to meet with the Queen? Another look at that royal standard indicating that the Queen is here. NBC News understands that introduction will happen this afternoon. And oh, to be a fly on the wall. The Prince of Wales, Meghan's future father-in-law and future king, stepping in this morning. Charles will walk his son's bride down the aisle. The palace making the announcement with just 24 hours to go. Wedding guests from around the world, from royals to Meghan Markle's American friends, all starting to arrive in Windsor ahead of Harry and Meghan's big day. And today, a truly memorable meeting. The woman Harry calls Meghan's amazing mom, introduced for the first time to the woman he calls Granny, known to most of us as the Queen. Already this week, Doria Ragland, who Meghan describes as a free spirit, had tea with William, Kate and their children and met separately with Charles and Camilla. Mom, apparently the only member of Meghan's family to attend Saturday's nuptials. Former actress Gigi Perot was Meghan's childhood drama teacher and an old friend of her dad.
I think he's going to be sad. And I'm going to cry now. I know that Meghan would love to have her dad there, and I know he would love to be there.
In so many ways, this a royal wedding unlike any other.
A slight shift from tradition. It'll be an installation.
Harry and Meghan's Californian cake baker hinting at tense days before the big day.
No one has tasted the finished product yet, so they've tasted a sample. I think they were happy. I think that they signed off.
The newlyweds will leave Windsor Castle to the cheers of tens of thousands of spectators, and they will get the best view in town. The last big rehearsal appeared to go smoothly, despite the occasional misstep. The best part of the day is going to be the carriage ride.
Well, we think it's going to be the carriage ride, although have they got a little secret up their sleeve, like the Aston Martin moment William and Kate had in 2011?
The big reveal in just 24 hours, the wedding dress. Meghan and her mom will spend tonight at an historic 5-star hotel away from Prince Harry. He and millions watching Saturday will see the bride for the first time as she walks down the aisle. Some traditions worth keeping. And it would have been something, wouldn't it, to have seen Meghan's mum lead her down the aisle. But I think the royals will have decided that that is a very high-pressure job with millions of people watching, and you just know that Prince Charles will carry it out flawlessly. I suspect, too, guys, that the Queen will have had a say in a decision like that.
Well, it's obviously a role of honor for Prince Charles and for Meghan, so it's a good solution. Keir, thank you.
More than 100,000 people are expected to flock here for the royal wedding. That's more than 3 times the normal population, and many of them are already lining the streets, and Natalie's getting up close and personal with them. Hey, Natalie.
Hey, Hoda, I've got my tiara on. I am royal wedding ready. As you can see, this town is absolutely buzzing. It's a small town of 32,000 here in Windsor, but now 100,000 people, as you said, have descended on this small town. There is so much excitement in the air. Now, here's what's going to happen tomorrow during the royal procession. Right after Meghan and Harry say their vows, they will descend in their Ascot landau, the horse-drawn carriage, down Castle Hill, here along a very packed high street where people are just hoping to get their chance to take a quick snap, perhaps, of the newlyweds and give their greetings. Now, this tour expected to last all of about 25 minutes. It moves all through the town of Windsor. As you see, people already camping out here. They've been here a couple of days already. Kids are expected to come tonight to camp out as well. And it will descend, the royal carriage will descend here into the Long Walk, which is another vantage point for 2.6 miles where they have an opportunity to greet the public as well, to give their congratulations to Meghan and Harry. Back to you, Hoda.
All right, Natalie, we can feel the excitement. I love Natalie's tiara.
I was going to say, it really suits her. Never take it off, Natalie.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.